So you can call a rapper overrated. You can call them corny too. You can say they have ghostwriters, but there's one label that could constantly and instantly turn the internet against an artist. Culture Vulture. The crazy part, these days, these labels get thrown around so much, man, that it doesn't even matter anymore. Every time a white rapper gets popular, social media explodes. Like they immediately the first thing they say on social media is that they're stealing. They don't belong. They're profiting off of black culture. But here's my question, like for real, like, are we judging people by what they actually do? Or are we judging them before we even pick up the microphone? Right? This conversation gets uncomfortable. Good. I don't care. Because uncomfortable conversations are usually the ones worth listening to. Let's talk about it. Part 1, hip hop's roots matter. So before anybody starts typing and starts tripping on your boy Cash, let's get something straight. Hip hop doesn't like come around magically reappear out of nowhere. It came out of black communities in the Bronx, right? It was built from the struggle. People didn't have $1 million studios, bro. They had turntables. They had street parties, creativity, stories. Hip hop wasn't just music, bro. It was a voice behind the voice, for real. You know what I mean? Like, the history deserves respect. So let's start from there. Nobody should rewrite that, period. Honestly, I understand why people get like overprotective of their own music, you know what I mean? When something comes from generations of struggle, seeing corporations and celebrities make billions off of it, that shit feel personal. But that's a legitimate conversation. But here's where things get real pissed off and messy, right? Protecting the culture and gatekeeping is an entire genre. That ain't the same thing as everything else as you think it is. Like, you gotta find a way to separate what gatekeeping means. So people say you gatekeeping, but okay, so if we gatekeeping and we saying that white people don't belong in rap music, that's gatekeeping. Why? Who give you permission to say that they not allowing it? Because you don't know they struggle. You know, I knew some white dude who lived in the hood and he know nothing about no suburb. He kicked it with black cats all the time. He always been hung around hood people all the time. Did I make him a culture vulture? Think appreciating somebody's work becomes like exploiting it. See, this is where I think people skip the hard part. There's a massive difference between appreciation and exploiting. Imagine somebody like studying hip hop for years and like they respect the pioneers, right? And they work with people in the industry or in the culture and then they credit their influence, you know what I'm saying? They support their community and like always rap, right? Now imagine somebody else sees rap for making money, right? They copy the slang, they copy the fashion, they copy the sound, and they act like they invented everything. But here's the part, it leaves the second part where another trend becomes popular because those aren't the same things and they make the same people. Yet online, people often lump them together, right? That's when phrases like come like culture vulture loses its value because if everyone is one, then no one is a culture vulture. So if we all under the umbrella of hip hop, how can somebody be a culture vulture? Now, I do see what you mean by that. I do see, but I don't see. Now, do I think, bro, if you whack, it don't matter if you white, black, green, purple, you whack. It don't matter who you, you just whack, bro. That's the end of that story. But people can just take black music and just try to like run with it. But everybody needs their own version, like rock and roll. So you trying to tell me rock and roll should be rock and roll? Pop should just do pop music. R&B should just do R&B. Well, R&B is rhythm and blues, right? How you get R&B from? You get R&B from what? Blues. It's rhythm and blues, right? So, yeah, country music come from a black person, right? So what? Every country artist should just only be black? That don't make sense to me. Pay attention again, right? And let's talk Eminem, for instance, right? People could argue about where he ranks all day. But even when critics usually acknowledge that he constantly has credit the artists who came before him and spoke openly about guessing the culture, he didn't create. And then we look at Mac Miller, he wasn't trying to pretend he invented hip hop. He grew up as an artist, collaborated, respected musicians, and earned like admiration for many people across the industry. Then you have like people like Jack Harlow. Some people think he's authentic, others think he's an overhype. But that's a music debate, not automatically a culture debate, right? And that's an important distinction, because liking or disliking someone's music isn't the same as accusing them of like taking black music and exploiting it. Because like when you do that, then you sucking blood out of a turnip, and you exploiting the culture, right? All of these things that has different conversations for different meanings for different things. End of the day, everybody rap. Everybody do hip hop. Hip hop, it was inspired by hip hop. Think about what they heard. They heard Tupac. They heard shit. Jack Harlow heard Eminem. You know, he probably inspired by Eminem. He was probably inspired by, you know, and Eminem was inspired by NWA and Tupac and Biggie. So you got all that together. You know what I'm saying? You got all that together. Like, everybody ain't Vanilla Ice. And I ain't throwing shade at nobody or shots, but I'm just keeping it in the buck. Look. The internet loves extremes, right? Here's the problem with social media. Everything becomes team A versus team B. You either the greatest rapper alive or you garbage. Either you're authentic or you fake. There almost ain't no middle ground anymore, because people see a 15-second clip, read one tweet, watch one interview, and suddenly they know everything about you. You know? No, they don't. They know a headline. They know a story like they did Tupac. That's a different story. That's different. The internet rewards outrage. You know that, right? So nuances doesn't trend. So instead of asking what has this artist actually have done, people should ask, what race are they? But see, that's a terrible starting point for judging art, because art deserves better than that. We ain't care about who Van Gogh was. The dude was cold. You know, like, come on, bro. Like, who cares who painted the picture? The person painted the picture, and he painted that picture it's the best of his knowledge. As an artist, let him be an artist, and he good. Just let it be. Let it be, because if you don't let it be, if you don't let things be what it be, then you're gonna have a problem down the long run. Like, it's gonna be something that you can't get out of. And it's gonna be this conversation that we talk about is a debate always, and it will never stop being a debate. Well, here's my take on it all, right? Here's where I stand. Hip hop history should not ever be erased. Respect matters and credit matters. Being authentic matters. But listen, but I also don't believe somebody automatically deserves suspicion because of the color of their skin, bro. People earn respect or lose it through their actions, not assumptions. You know, if someone is exploiting the culture for money, then you call that shit out. You know, if someone is genuinely contributing, acknowledge that too. Like, those ideas can exist at the same time as when you're trying to become an artist. You cannot start shutting the door on somebody because they know how to do music. Like, don't because the color of his skin. Like, oh, he's white, he don't know what you're talking about. That ain't the case, because I know. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Eminem probably smash on me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Who knows? Even Jack Harlow probably smash on me. Mac Miller probably smash on me. But we can't call these people vultures. But made me do this video because I seen what they talk about Post Malone. Y'all want to put him in here. You can't say he ain't allowed back. What door is it? So now black people is gatekeeping Post Malone from coming out and doing black music again? What kind of shit is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Cash, man, oh, man, you just didn't defend it. No, I'm defending the hip hop. I'm defending music, and y'all just taking the poop on it. Like, maybe you need to wake up. Maybe you need to wake up and understand what hip hop really means to you. Because if you don't know what hip hop means to you, you thinking it's just a beat, and you dead wrong. If you ain't listening to the person when he's speaking and rapping, then you can't even consider yourself a hip hop fan. You are someone who's a front. You somebody who sit there and just listen to beats, my nigga. You sit and who cares about boom, boom, boom. I when I hear somebody talk or rap, I want to hear him rap. I don't care about the beat. Yeah, the beat is a little, it's a little topping on, it's a little topping on top. But I want to hear the nigga rap. I don't want to hear the nigga with the beat. Nigga with the beat, of course it's gonna sound good because that nigga make a cold ass beat. I don't want to hear that though. So now I'm handing this over to y'all. What actually makes someone a culture vulture? Is it race, money, intent, or behavior, or it's something else entirely, and keep it respectful. Challenge the ideas, not the person, right? Because if hip hop has always been about telling the truth, then we should be able to sit here and be honest and have an honest conversation without reducing each other to labels, right? If you enjoy this discussion, man, hit like and subscribe, bro, and let me know what topic we should tackle next here, man. You know what I'm saying? You almost say, right? If y'all new, turn on the mother loving post notification bell and turn them bitches on. While y'all sitting, how you gonna subscribe to Brody and don't even turn this shit on? Like, you forgetting like the other step. It ain't just about liking and subscribing. You got 3 steps to that shit. You subscribe to it, brother. First you like it, you subscribe to me, and then you turn it on, my nigga. What you doing, bro? There's 3 steps to it, my dude. You know what I'm about to say? For all the new ones who don't know, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You need to get up to speed, because at the end of our videos, this is what we do. I'm all about that mother loving action. Like, Michael Jackson. Peace.